I'm here with Kenny Nelson, and he is is your title?
So I am the Chief Operating Officer of Anytime Fitness Van Alstyne.
Okay, so that's awesome.
I take care of all the day-to-day operations here in the club, as far as management goes, training, the entire facility.
Yeah.
We are a full training facility, and so what I do here is just from an operations standpoint is all the operations of the club itself. But then majority of my work is in the personal training, department. We're a little bit different because we provide a lot of what I like to call post-physical therapy. So we do a lot of range of motion, strength and conditioning, flexibility, as well as weight loss, nutrition, and all that. I do a lot of focused work on each individual member, if they have training or not. So that way we're able to just build their entire workout experience. So that way it's not as threatening, you know what I mean? Because most people, when they come to the gym, they're very intimidated. And if they don't know what they're doing, most gyms that they go to, they have no idea what to do. And it's not that they don't know how to work out. It's just that they don't know what to work out, when to work out, how to work it out. And then sometimes we get them to a point to where they're dealing with injuries. They're dealing with, I haven't worked out in several years, or I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you help me? 90% of the gyms that you go to, they're not going to help you unless you have personal training. They'll help you one time, and then after that, you're on your own. Here, there is no on your own. They have a full-time coach. Once they sign up to the gym, I am officially their full-time coach. They can ask me questions. I can take them through any session that they want to go through. But they are provided with a personal training session that they have every single month. So they're going to meet with me every month at least once.
Wow, that's incredible.
If they go more than that, they have that option, and we do have those different options to where they can do more. But at least they'll see me once a month, to where we reevaluate every 30 days what they're doing, how they're doing it, if they're improving, if they're progressing. We're looking at injuries, we're looking at all those things. So it becomes a very specific session that they go through. It becomes a very specific program. With that program, they're also able to see the improvements that they're getting. And then some of them will either go with the training program, some of them will not, but then at least they don't have that intimidation factor to where they're walking in, they're just like deer in headlights. Everything is in its place where they need it to be. And if they have questions, they can either call me. If I'm not here, we do a video consultation. If I am here, we do a full consultation for them in the beginning. And then every 30 days, they'll have a session with me. So that way it keeps me engaged with everybody in the gym. But then it also makes sure that everybody's coming. Because in that way, now it's not, you don't show up to the gym once. And then I don't see you for 6 months. And then I got to call you, hey, where you at? What's going on? Now they know I'm going to be in contact with them every week. I see exactly what they're doing. When they're doing their programs, it comes back to me so I can see exactly what they're working on.
So is there an app that people use?
Yes, ma'am. So we provide that app we provide that app with their membership. So that way now they're able to see what they have going on. And then we have a specific app that is for their one-on-one training clients, where their actual workouts are sent to them. So that way, but it keeps it's a lot more, it's a better experience than trying to go to the gym, figure out what you're trying to do, and then it's like, okay, now I got to pay hundreds of dollars for a trainer and this and that, and yes, it's cost effective. It's going to be there is an additional cost, but at least in the beginning, the reason why our membership is the value membership that it is because we provide that coaching for everyone. So there's nobody who doesn't have it. Everybody that walks in the door, they all get that one training session every single month.
I could see that would help people have a reason to keep coming to the gym. At one point, I had a gym membership with a friend of mine, and we would go, first thing in the mornings, and she always just did treadmill. And I had a little routine. I was increasing what I was doing as I went, etc. And I would be like, come do the machines with me, or come do this with me, and she would be like, I don't know how, I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. And there wasn't anybody to show us.
And that's the biggest fear for most people when they're going to the gym, is that they're worried about getting injured. And especially if you already have injuries, you want to avoid those injuries. And with the way that we run our program, we run it from the very base of what your body's supposed to be doing, which is the foundation. I gotta teach you first what your body's supposed to do.
Right.
Then we're looking at what it's been doing, and then in comparison to what you want it to do. So it now becomes a 3-level process.
Yeah.
And every single month we're looking at that process. I'm just making sure, one, can you still walk, run, push, and pull? Now, if we're doing that, now are we dropping the weight that you want to drop?
Right.
If not, why not? Let's make those changes. So it keeps them engaged. Doing this 30 years, I haven't had an opportunity to keep everyone engaged with the other gyms that I've been at, because it's either they don't see me at all, or they only see me when they're training.
Right.
Now here, everybody sees me all the time.
Right.
Doesn't matter what they're doing.
That's amazing.
So
That's really amazing.
I really enjoy it. I mean, this has been a very different experience from the other gyms that I've worked at.
Right.
I've come from Bally's, LA Fitness, Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym. I've worked at all of them.
Oh, wow. So I see some things on the wall about nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a nutrition plan?
Audra is our head nutrition coach.
Okay.
So I have her on board. She's on vacation right now, but between the two of us, we both do nutrition. So we set our members up for the nutrition options. From a dieting perspective, we want everybody to just have some type of, we want to see what form of nutrition you have.
Right.
That way we can look at it, base your workout routine on whatever nutrition plan you have.
Yeah.
And then just make sure that you're doing the right things for your doing the right things for your nutrition.
Yeah.
And just keep you building from there.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, the nutrition part of it comes with it. We also do recovery, and that's pretty much where I come in.
Injury?
Yeah. So the recovery part is more the physical therapy, occupational therapy piece. So we also set your program based on what your occupation is, and then what you normally do on the course of your day.
Okay.
So we're looking at all these different things.
Right.
Like I said, the walking and running, what your job is. Are you walking? Are you on your feet a lot? Are you behind a computer a lot? There's so many different variables and so many different exercises that the body will need to supply that, to keep you going in whatever your occupation is.
Yeah.
So it's, like I said, it gets very, very in-depth, but we also keep it very simple for you, so you don't get, so that there's no frustration behind it. You know what I mean?
Right. That's awesome, because so this year at Christmas I got a standing desk. It stands in raises and lowers. I loved it.
Definitely recommend it for everybody.
I was so excited, and right away I started having problems with the muscles and fascia in my right leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't figure out why. I mean, it was really painful, and I couldn't figure out why. But I mean, I knew it had something to do with that desk and the fact that I was standing all the time. But before, I had a desk that I actually, by the end of the day, I have my arms on the desk and I'm leaning over doing my stuff, right? Which, that causes a lot of problems, right? So once I realized what was wrong and how I needed to stretch and do things, because my legs just weren't used to that constant stand, right? But it's functional. It's like my body was reacting to me completely changing everything.
Absolutely.
And I just needed some help.
And that's the biggest thing that we do here, is that it's that function. The functional training is really what's the most important, because the muscles aren't going to respond if they're not going to respond if it doesn't know what your body is doing. So what it'll do is that you'll be in a position, you'll start feeling that pain. So 9 times out of 10, it wasn't so much you standing on your feet the whole day. It was just that the muscles are now starting to do this, and then there's no recovery for the muscles.
Yeah, they said you're engaging all the time.
Absolutely.
Completely engaged all day long. No wonder it's starting to have problems.
Tight,
yeah.
Absolutely. And that's one of the biggest things that we teach here, is that functional training. And it's functional for, of course, everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to have, smaller abs. You want to have bigger legs, bigger arms. That comes with full structural integrity. So we have to make sure that the body is structurally sound, which is the functional part of it.
Right.
What are your arms supposed to do? They move up, they move down, they move out to the side.
Right.
Can you do that just without any weight at all. If you can't, now we have to figure out why that function is not happening, because before you can add weight to it, we got to be able to find that function out.
Right,
and
right.
you got to build from there.
Yeah, I used to have a friend I worked out with that, and when we first started, laying on her back, she couldn't lift her hips off the floor. And I was so amazed. And she got a coach to kind of train her and help her get that developed. It actually developed pretty quickly.
Yes.
But I was amazed, and I'm not saying anything wrong with her. She didn't even realize that was the skill she couldn't do because she just didn't realize, you know.
And that's the most important part about coaching. And that's why we do what we do here on a full-time basis. So now it's like, once you become a member, you now have a full-time coach, and you utilize your coach however you see fit.
Right.
You know, so that way, even if I'm not here, they can call me. Hey, Kenny, listen, I was working on this. What should I do? I was trying this exercise. What should I do? So now they get that information all the time.
Right.
All the time. And that's the reason why our membership is where it is. You know, we call it a value membership. So of course we're going to be more expensive than other places that you go.
Right.
But it's because of that value. And we want to provide that value because that way we want you to love the gym.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just, you know, look at it to where it's like, okay, I got to go. But then some people, they're like, I got to go to the gym, and then something happens and they won't go. The members that we have here, it's like, all right, I got to get to the gym. It's part of my schedule. So even if something happens, they'll still come because they already know when they walk in the door, there's a program waiting for them.
Right.
So,
and it helps 24/7. So like I like to work out early in the morning, like 5 a.m. So that way it's behind me. I have the rest of my day, do whatever I want. But if that didn't happen for some reason, then I know in the evening I can always, you know, come.
Absolutely.
If I can't come.
Absolutely. And that's the good thing about Anytime Fitness is that it literally is anytime. So you can work out anytime, you can get in contact with your coach at any time, and the members, they have 2 coaches. So they have myself, they have Audrey. So they can get one of us at any time.
Right.
So
are you ever both here, or do you?
Yes, so there are times where we're both here at the same time. There are other times where it's just her. Sometimes it'll be just me, but like I said, everybody's program, it doesn't change.
Right.
So it's like they know that they'll get different styles of coaching from the 2 of us.
Okay.
Because because we're both two different styles of coaches, but we coach the exact same program.
Right.
With different fields. So it's like there's never we don't have the your client, my client perspective. Everybody that's in this building, it's a family unit. So it's like we make sure that each one of them, that we know what everybody's doing whenever they walk in the building. So it's always, hey, what are you working on today? Okay, cool. Let's take a look at it. Let me look at your chart. Let me look at your app, or let me look at the workout that you want to do today. And then that way I can look at it and say, hey, okay, cool. That works for you. That's not going to work for you. Let's try it this way. Make that change, and then I can still function with the rest of my day without being with them for a specific hour and then neglecting everyone else. Right. So it's like now we have everybody in the building and we can coach everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
And it makes it so much more comfortable.
Yeah, I really like that. Yeah. So what are the busiest hours of the day or days of the week for y'all? Normally
from 5 a.m. to 6 in the morning, and then 5 p.m. to 6 in the evening.
Really?
Those are our busy hours, but we don't get packed. We don't we're always busy, but it's never crowded. And so the key of it is just making sure that people have those alternate ways of doing their workout, just in case. So say if all of our treadmills are full, they've already been taught a cardio program that they can do if their cardio is full. They know what program to do because we've already taught it to them. So that way it makes it a lot easier for people to flow in and out of the club. So it's like the club's always busy. And we have our downtimes normally in the middle of the day. It gets quiet, and we have different our different groups will come. And so that will also determine exactly how our day will go. between 5 and 6 o'clock in the evening, 5 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Okay.
Those are our busy times.
So also, you hold classes. How does that work?
So with our classes, so if you can see, like, so on the board there, all of our classes are on the board.
Okay.
So with that class, and normally it's not a large class. We only take 4 to 6 people in each class, because what we still want to do is we still want to give that isolated coaching. But we'll do a full body workout with each class. And then not only is it a full body workout, it changes. So we might have upper body one day, we might have lower body the next day. We have boxing, we have yoga, we have martial arts. We do I have a kettlebell class, I have a core class, I have a yoga class. So there's all these different classes that we offer, and it's just a matter of they'll go on their app and they'll just register for the class right through their app.
Oh wow.
And it just puts them right in.
And that way they know if it's full or whatever.
And if it's full, they always have an option to take the next one. So I offer plenty, and that's the other part of the full-time coaching aspect of it, is because even when I'm in the building, there's a class that goes on every half hour.
Really?
So there's a class every half hour from 4 in the morning all the way till 12 in the afternoon.
Wow.
And then we do Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5, and then, we do 4 5, and then we do a 6 o'clock class. So there's plenty for everybody to do. They just got to sign up for it. That's it.
Right.
And because it's already in their membership, they just
do
plug
it.
in. That's it. They just plug in.
There's not like an extra charge to do the class.
Our extra charges are one-on-one program.
Okay.
That's it. Everything else is our small group and our team training, which is our classes.
Right.
And you just, if whatever your membership value is, your membership base, that will determine how many classes you have per month.
Really? Okay.
So we'll do either 2 classes per month, 4 classes per month, or you'll have 6 classes per month.
Okay.
And then we also have an option where you can do unlimited. You get unlimited classes if you're doing personal training.
Okay.
All of your classes are unlimited.
Okay.
So
wow, that's
that
really
option as
interesting.
well. So and it keeps it financially sound.
Yeah.
To where it's not overly expensive.
Right.
But we set every program into everyone's budget.
Yeah.
So that way we'll be able to, it keeps it simple for you.
Right.
Keeps it simple for us.
So let's say that I was in one program, but I wanted to switch. How hard is that to update or
it's really easy. You can always upgrade or downgrade, either one.
Okay.
So the training aspect of it is just being able to get you that extra work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then once you've gotten to a point to where you're at, then we want you to fly.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of our members will come back. They'll start off with a training program.
Right.
They'll work on that one program.
Right.
When they're done, and then they'll come back and talk to us and say, hey, listen, Kenny, here's where I'm at now. Here's my goal.
Right.
Now I got a new goal.
Yeah.
Let's start another program.
Yeah.
So they have that opportunity.
Okay.
We don't lock anybody into anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's important because people change, their work schedule changes, they get injured, all kinds of things.
And that's one of the most important things from my perspective, is making sure that you get what you need and you're not forced into what you need.
Right.
Because it's like things happen.
Yeah.
And I want you to be able to maintain, but then be able to have that comfortability and that freedom to say, hey, Kenny, I need a break.
Right.
Because we all need one.
Right.
So it's a building program, and that's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on you building, but we want you to age gracefully without injuring yourself, without stressing yourself out about, I'm paying all this money and I can't do my sessions or anything like that. No, we want to make sure that, every session that you have, your session. You don't lose it, you don't abuse it.
Right.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think that this is a unique gym. I think you've got it set up really well so that people have a reason to keep coming.
Yes.
Not paying for a membership where they don't show up for 6 months, like you said. That's amazing.
That's our big focus. That we wanted to make sure that we had a spot for everyone to come.
Yeah.
At any age. We do children's fitness during the summer. Now once the kids go back to school, their program still runs, but now it's an after school program.
That's cool.
Where I do full tutoring for them, math and English, and then they work out.
Wow.
So that's
crazy.
And like I said, that's one of the keys of having a full-time coach in the building. And even though my schedule is not like, I'm not working all day. I work based on, so I'm here during our staffed hours, which is 9 to 5. But then any additional work that we're doing, it's just all based on members linking in. So if if they link into a class and they have those sessions loaded up in their system, they just link right in, and they show up. So
that is cool.
It makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you're not chasing people around, trying to get them to, hey, have you thought about doing some more coaching? You know, that kind of thing.
Because they already have a coach.
Right.
So now I don't even have to ask them if they want training. They already have it. So it's already there. It's in their membership. All they got to do is use it. Now, if they want one-on-one individual sessions and they want to start getting into more specific goals, then we sit down and we do a full evaluation on what they're looking for, and then we start making that program goal specific for just them. And then they build from there. Because all the rest of our sessions that we have, they're all team sessions, so it's one workout. But we design it based to fit everybody. And we upgrade it every single week, so it gets harder and harder and harder. But then by the end of the month, they're able to have their, they're able to hit their PRs, they're able to hit their goals, and then we have a whole new set of workouts the very next month.
Okay, so I have a question. Let's say that you are 3 weeks into that workout session, but I wanted to join. Would I join and do things at my capability, my level?
Because I might have some people that'll be in that class, they're already 3 weeks in. So their weights might be heavier, their movement might be different. But you're coming in new, so you're going to be starting from square one. But you're still getting the same workout, which makes it easier for you. So now we can pace you up. So then the very next week, you'll have the same workout, but now we're going to upgrade you. So even if you start, it doesn't matter when you start, doesn't matter where you start. We always start you from if you're new, we start you from the beginning. If you are advanced, then we're going to look at those advancements, and then we just add those advancements based on what we see. That's awesome. That's great.
Well, is there anything that I didn't ask you about that you want to add?
We pretty much cover everything. The facility itself is 24 hours. Yeah, it's really just, it's an open environment that we really like for everybody to just get involved in.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
Yep, thank you much.